The University of Iowa libraries have a large collection of books that are readily available for public use, and more specifically, to us, students at the university. I will be discussing the different libraries that Iowa has to offer, as well as some advantages to checking out physical books as opposed to reading everything electronically online. The library's collection contains many artifacts that are unknown to the public unless they go to the library to search for them, such as this one.
The University of Iowa's Special Collections Library and University Archives Library has cleared the mystery surrounding one of its miniature books. For years, people have wondered about the contents of the tiny book, which measures only 0.138 inches wide and tall and just 0.04 inches thick. That's about the size of a ladybug. The library's conservator suggested that they use its new microscope to check out the inside writing. It worked, but doing so was no easy task, reportedly taking several hands to properly situate the tiny tome. They discovered that it contained excerpts from the first book of the Bible, Genesis, but that was only part of the book's story. Among the information revealed by the microscopic analysis was the publisher's imprint. A librarian used that to cobble together the Micro Mini's history. She discovered that the book was published in 1965 and marked as the world's smallest book, a record that has since been beat. In its original packaging, it was kept in a small case with an attachment so it could be worn as a charm. It was sold within an accompanying book significantly larger but still really small. Both books were in the library's possession but had been separated. Since the discovery, the two books have been reunited.
The University of Iowa library system is comprised of 8 locations altogether across campus. Each of these libraries have their own book stacks in which students are able to peruse and check out as necessary. The main library has a wide range of information covering a multitude of categories, including, but not limited to, special collections and government documents, current and bound issues of journals, as well as published dissertations. The other 7 libraries across campus are the Pomerantz Business Library, the Art Library, the Lichtenberg Engineering Library, the Hardin Library for the Health Sciences, the Law Library, the Rita Benton Music Library, and the Sciences Library. Each of these libraries contain books that are specific to each discipline. Shown here are 3 images which give a small insight to 3 of the libraries. Each row of stacks contains hundreds of books filled with information. Undergraduate students are able to check out up to 100 books on their Iowa One card. Most materials have a 4-week loan period, though there are a few exceptions. Periodicals are only allowed to be checked out for a single week, and if the materials are reserved for a course, they may be checked out for up to 2 hours to a week, depending on the class. Materials coming from the Hardin Library, Main Library, or the Law Library may also be returned to any of the libraries. All materials may be renewed, whether it be in person or online, to avoid late fees. For students that are studying off campus, not in the Iowa City area, books are able to be mailed to them at the university's expense and then sent back at the student's expense. Hold services are also available to students. Using physical books have several benefits. The first benefit that I will be discussing is convenience. With a tangible book, you have the ability to take it virtually anywhere you would like. You wouldn't have to worry about having a place to plug in an electronic device because all you would need is just a little bit of light to be able to read your text. The second is the idea that books are not just physical, but visual. Marilyn Yeager Adams, a cognitive psychologist and literacy expert at Brown University, has said that books are more than just a physical object when it comes to reading comprehension. With a physical book, people are better able to recall in the text where the information appeared. And lastly, books are very easily customizable when it comes to studying. Even though with borrowed books, you wouldn't necessarily fold down the corners of the pages or write in them, but you would be able to take notes using additional sticky notes to remember specific passages as well as to bookmark important pages. On the opposite side of physical books are ebooks, bringing us into the digital age. As we all know, ebooks are an electronic version of a printed book that can be viewed on a computer or other handheld electronic devices. This brings me to a first disadvantage. Because you need an additional device to read an ebook, you may be often limited to where you can read due to charging cords and power cords. Also, if you don't already have an electronic device, they are often an expensive investment to purchase. Dr. Andrew Dillon, a professor of psychology at the University of Texas at Austin, has found that ebooks take the brain longer to read and comprehend. In a study he conducted, it took people 20 to 30% longer to read and comprehend a passage compared to when they read from a physical book. The difference was due to display contrast, having to scroll, and other distractions which were created by the devices. One final disadvantage is physical strain. Because most electronic devices contain backlighting, many people complain of strain on their eyes and can only use these devices for shorter periods of time. Glare and reflection is also another common issue. In conclusion, using physical books are a great way to improve reading comprehension. Ebooks require additional technology and have been seen to take longer to read. Not to mention that physical books are extremely convenient in a sense that they can be brought basically anywhere. The University of Iowa Libraries has thousands upon thousands of books that are readily available to us. While we are students and we have the ability to access these libraries, we might as well make the most of it.